I am just getting spoiled here crossing the border. That was like less than half an hour. That was super short. Meanwhile, some of the other British and American volunteers that I'm corresponding with online, they say they've been in line at other border crossings, and they're in vehicles, but they've been in line for 5 hours. So it really depends on if you're on foot or in the vehicle and which border crossing you choose. So yesterday and today I was in Poland, in Krakow. Last night I picked up more supplies to bring on one last quick little trip to Ukraine while I'm here. But while I was there in Poland, I stopped by one of the refugee centers there. One of the last ones that I've seen open around Krakow. A lot of them have been closing down. Anyway, my friends over at Reach Humanity, Lance and Marcy suggested that if possible I stop by Hotel Maria. And I stopped by there yesterday and I got a shopping list, but I didn't have a car with me, and I just got them, like a shopping cart full of stuff. And then today I was able to grab a little bit more, but anyway, I delivered a little bit of groceries over there and some school supplies and some food for them. And now I'm back in Ukraine, headed towards a family. They have 17 foster kids.
Good, is it good?
And gonna go deliver some children's clothes to them. And they have a deaf foster daughter, so I'm hoping to give the parents a book on Ukrainian Sign Language and talk to them about how it's okay to teach their daughter sign language, because if I understood correctly, when I visited there last, the mom was saying that doctors were telling her that they shouldn't allow their daughter to learn sign language because then it would ruin her speech. For those of you not familiar with the deaf community, this is a misconception that's been around for generations. It'd be like saying just because I speak Japanese that I can't learn English, for example. If you just look at my wife, she speaks English just fine and she uses ASL. Anyway, my friend who's driving me into town here should be arriving momentarily, and then we'll go from there. I should arrive at this family's house by tomorrow. I am crossing the border here on foot. This is where about 4 million people at the start of the war crossed the border. You can see the razor wire over there. Interestingly enough, they have a help desk set up on the Ukrainian side for the International Legion of foreign soldiers there. But right here is where 4 million people crossed at the start of the war on foot in the snow. So I just got through customs there at the border. When I got here at the border, the wait time was 4 hours, and by the time I got through, it was 6 hours. But on foot, I got through in just about an hour and 15 minutes, and I made a friend too from Ukraine. There, we've been talking about how his son is a sculptor and loves cacti. He has over 50 cactuses there. Anyway, off to Poland again. Okay, so still walking across the border here. Again, this was a major evacuation point at the beginning of the war here. There's the Polish side over there. Okay, I was wrong. I think I was thinking optimistically that we went through the Ukrainian and the Polish side. No, that was just the Ukrainian side, which would explain why I only saw Ukrainian soldiers. Now we still have the Polish side that I'm waiting in line for. Okay. Now I think I'm through the border for the most, just the walkout. I think I went through all the checkpoints that I needed to, and I can already see from here, about 100 meters off, all the aid tents that were here 2 years ago for the Ukrainians streaming out of the country. Looks like all of those are are gone now, which makes sense. The needs, I'm going to make a video later on, but when I get home about how the needs are changing in Ukraine. There's not so much. Anyway, I better go. I'll tell you later. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot has changed here at the border, but I got through, or even though I was mistaken, I thought I was through when I was only halfway through. I still got through in about 2.5 hours, which is pretty good considering cars right now taking about 6 hours there. But the needs in Ukraine have shifted. The humanitarian efforts, there aren't a lot of people left in refugee centers that I'm seeing. I think the need is much greater towards the front lines. And frankly, while the humanitarian need is still there on around the front lines in eastern Ukraine, what we really need is for Americans to lobby Congress and the upcoming administration, whoever that is, to increase military aid. That's what's really needed right now to end this crisis. Anyway, gonna figure out how to go 3 hours west to Krakow. So I was mentioning how all the aid tents have gone. They used to be lined up right along here. There used to be a whole bunch of aid tents of what displaced persons needed in way of help. Instead, they've been replaced. There are 3 or 4 stands. You can't see them all here, but just little booths selling SIM cards for Polish phones. Or for Polish SIM cards, so your phone will work in Poland.